Way up north,
to Alaska,
way up north,
to Alaska,
north to Alaska. Go north, the rush is on. North to Alaska. Go north, the rush is on. Big Sam left Seattle in the year of '92 with George.
Fishing in Alaska is a dream for any fisherman. So when my brother Jeff asked me to join him for a trip to Alaska to celebrate his 50th birthday, it was an opportunity I couldn't pass up. We'd be joined by my dad Mark and my brother-in-law Bernardo from Tucson. Our route included Phoenix to Seattle, and then Seattle to Juneau. Once in Juneau, it's a short 45-minute float plane flight to Elfin Cove. Elfin Cove is located on the north coast of Chichagof Island, adjacent to the Pacific Ocean, as well as the protected waters of the Inside Passage. It's directly across from Brady Glacier and just southwest of Glacier Bay. Here's Pop and Bernardo at my brother Jeff's house in Seattle. And we boarded one of Alaska's combination cargo-passenger planes for the short 2-hour hop from Seattle to Juneau.
George turned to Sam with his gold in his hand. Said Sam.
When we arrived in Juneau, we had some time to kill. So instead of just drinking beer, we decided to take a drive out to Mendenhall Glacier. It's about 12 miles north of town. Mendenhall Lake is 220 feet deep, and it takes the glacier 250 years from its starting point at the Juneau ice fields to where it terminates in Mendenhall Lake. We heard there was a waterfall called Nugget Falls in the northeast part of the lake, so we decided to take a hike and check it out.
Big nuggets they're finding north to Alaska. Go north, the rush is on. North to Alaska.
Nugget Falls is beautiful and definitely worth the hike. The falls are over 377 feet tall, and they dump all its water on this sandbar. On our way back into town, we decided to stop and check out the governor's mansion before we headed back to Ward Air, the operator of our float plane. Ward Air has been in business about 40 years. They've got 10 planes, mostly Cessnas, Beavers, and Otters. For our transfer, we'd be flying this Otter, which cruises around 120 miles an hour and can carry up to 10 passengers or passengers and cargo.
So we live out in our old van, travel all across this land, me and you. And we'll end up hand in hand, somewhere down on the sand, just me and you. Just as free, free as we'll ever be. Just as free, free as we'll ever be. Drive until the city lights dissolve into a country sky, just me and you. Lay underneath the harvest moon, do all the things that lovers do, just me and you. just as free.
After an amazing flight on the float plane over, we splashed down in Elfin Cove. Dennis and his crew from Tanaku Lodge were there to meet us at the dock. The lodge looked amazing when we arrived. Tanaku Lodge has an excellent fleet of fishing boats to put you on the fish. From the comfortable and reliable dual diesel-powered Californians to two highly mobile cold water boats, both powered by twin Yamaha 250s. After a good night's sleep and a hearty breakfast, it was time to get down to fishing. We were assigned to the Sea Otter with Captain Cash and Deckhand Andrew. After a little paperwork for our fishing licenses, we were ready to shove off. One of the great benefits of fishing out of Tanaku Lodge is you can turn left and fish down the coast, or turn right and fish the inside waters. As for us, we're heading down the coast. Californians have a super roomy cabin. The fish deck isn't quite as deep as the cold water boats, but for our party of four, it was more than adequate. These Californians also came equipped with fully powered downriggers, a real bonus when the fish finder tells you that the fish are down at 30 to 50 feet. Deckhand Andrew gave us a quick lesson on the use of the downriggers.
Any of you guys use downriggers like this before? No. So if you hear him start yelling deep side, that means that side's getting a bite, and he'll call this left side. Okay. If you get a bite, grab it, kind of reel down, and if you still feel it jerking, still feel it biting, yank on it, and it'll pop off that downrigger. Okay. But then there'll be a bunch of slack in the line. You gotta reel it. Goes down and out. So just crank that as fast as you can to get caught up with the fish. Okay. Or if you just see it pop off, like all that, see how the rod's crippled over like that? Yeah. If it just pops, just grab it and reel. Okay. That means the fish popped it off. Yeah. All right.
It wasn't long before the coho bite came on, and Bernardo, well, he was up to the task. If you see Bernardo stumbling around like he's been drinking, and believe me, I've seen that more than a few times. In this case, you'd be wrong. He just hasn't got his sea legs yet. It takes a while to get stability early in the week when you're first out on the boat. With that silver on board, he was one step closer to his 5 salmon limit for the day.
nice rockfish right there. The other regular rocks are only this big, you know that. That's a mambo rock!
His tongue hanging out?
Giving him cataract surgery for the picture. Leave him on the floor for 5 minutes while we drive up. Bright orange. Really? Yeah.
These rockfish are called short rakers, and we're catching them in 1,000 feet of water. These run anywhere from 24 to 30 pounds each. The world record, well, that currently sits at 39 pounds, recently caught in Alaska. Captain Joe says some of these fish can be up to 120 years old. Amazing. That means some of these may have been born before my grandfather was born. After catching our limit of short rakers, we decided to hunt down some halibut. And Bernardo, well, he was first up. Just in case you didn't believe me about that limit of salmon, take a peek inside that box. Next up was a giant halibut. At least that's what we thought before Captain Joe put his shotgun away. Turns out, this is just a skate. A member of the stingray family. This thing is enormous. Felt like pulling up a Volkswagen. It wasn't long before we were back on the halibut. Captain Joe knows his stuff.
Bye, bud.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space. With the air, like I don't care, baby, by the way. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happy. what you want to do. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Hey, go! Bring me down, can't none bring me down. The love is too high to bring me down. Can't none bring me down. I said, clap along if you feel.
Absolutely incredible.
Hot air balloon that could go to space. With the air, like I don't care, baby, by the way.
All you can say is wow. What a great show by some amazing animals. What a great opportunity to see these beautiful killer whales in the wild. And what a great way to cap off our fishing week. Simply amazing.
If you love somebody, better tell them why they're here, 'cause they just may run away from you. You'll never know quite when, well, then again it just depends on how long the time is left for you. I've had the highest mountains, I've had the deepest river. You can have it all, but now keep moving. I'll take it in, but don't look down. 'Cause I'm on top of the world, hey. I'm on top of the world, hey. Waiting on this for a while now. Paying my dues to the dirt. I've been waiting to smile, hey. Been holding it in for a while, hey. Take you with me if I can. Been dreaming of this since a child. I'm on top of the world. I've tried to cut these corners, try to take the easy way out. I kept on falling short.
After 5 incredible days of fishing, it was time to say goodbye to Tanaku Lodge and head home. Just like the flight in, the float plane ride back to Juneau was spectacular. Alaska is truly amazing.
I'm on top of the world, waiting on this for a while now. Paying my dues to the dirt. I've been waiting to smile, been holding it for a while. Take you with me if I can. Been dreaming of this since a child. I'm on top of the world. I'm on top of the world, I'm on top of the world, waiting on this for a while now, paying my dues to the dirt. I've been waiting to smile, been holding it for a while, take me with me if I can, been dreaming of this since a child. And I know it's hard when you're falling down, and it's a long way up, and you make me round, but get up now, get up, get up now.
Sometimes it's blood, sweat, and tears on Alaska's last frontier. But life is simple, life is good when you're living like you should. Hey, hey, sometimes it's struggle, strife, fathers, sons, brothers, wives. But we're making our way, and yes, we'll stay right here on Alaska's last frontier. Pioneer vision settled this land, and Mom and Papa taught us you need to understand. Oh, the meek don't endure, nor the weak of the heart. This land will make you strong or break you apart.
It's the green and the blue and the clean and the white. The winds and wild wolves sing to us at night.
But it's not the gold nor the oil that we hold dear, born to be wild and free here on the last frontier. Sometimes it's blood, sweat, and tears on Alaska's last frontier. But life is simple, life is good when you're living like you should. Hey, hey, sometimes it's struggle, strife,
Fathers, sons, brothers, wives.
but we're making our way. And yes, we'll stay right here on Alaska's last frontier. Get old after years in the cold and the dark.
But youth will lead with truth and a spark.
We're the last of a breed of our past pioneers, and if you listen close, their voices you will hear. Sometimes it's blood, sweat, and tears on Alaska's last frontier. But life is simple, life is good when you're living like you should. Hey, hey, sometimes it's struggle, strife, fathers, sons, brothers, wives. But we're making our way, and yes, we'll stay.
'Cause we're the daughters and the sons in the land of the midnight sun.
Right here on Alaska's last frontier.